Please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. What is going on YouTube? I hope you guys have been taking care of yourselves. I also hope you guys have been living in a happy, joyous life, smiling, enjoying your time down here on earth while you got it. I also hope you guys have been leaving people alone that don't need to be bothered. Stop bullying people. And also, hope you guys been staying out of the way. Please slide to the side, let big man come through. I definitely need space. Let's get it. So, like I was telling you guys that I'm going to be bringing all week with the strict firearm laws, the strict gun laws in Massachusetts. One of the the more safest states to live in. We have a lot of gun control down here, so I'm bringing this to you. I went out and got the evidence. Please be advised, I am not a lawyer. I am not an attorney. Please do your own research. Check with a licensed professional attorney, lawyer, someone paralegal, someone that can help you out and get you everything you need for your lifestyle and what you're protected under. Do your own research. So I wanted to get into the minimum mandatory 18 months for getting caught with a firearm without a license to carry in Massachusetts, and just go over a couple of things in it. So please bear with me. So in Massachusetts, the mandatory minimum 18 months I'm talking about comes from carrying or possessing a firearm without a valid license under MGL C 269 10A. So what the 18-month minimum actually means, it actually means if you're caught outside your home or business with a firearm and you don't have a valid license to carry, an LTC, you face a mandatory minimum of 18 months in jail, which is the House of Corrections, or 2.5 years minimum in state prison. The judge cannot go below that minimum if you're convicted, with limited exceptions like first-time offender provisions in rare cases. So it's rare cases that they do have it. But other than that, off the bat, like I told you guys, you're doing 18 months, no matter what your prior convictions or whether you have a record or not. Only in rare cases, I must state. Key details people miss. It applies whether the gun is loaded or unloaded. So whether your firearm that you may or may not get caught with, whether it's unloaded or loaded, the 18-month minimum is in effect. So it's about possession or control, even in a car. And it generally applies when you're not in your residence or place of business. Massachusetts treat this as a serious felony level offense. Bottom line, yes, the 18-month is the mandatory minimum sentence for unlawful possession or carry of a firearm without a license in Massachusetts. It's one of the stricter gun penalties in the country. So I will say that again. It is one of the stricter gun penalties in the country, and this is the reason why I'm up on here and I'm giving you this this knowledge and this information, because like I said, and how I feel that these strict gun laws for residents, law-abiding the citizens of the residents of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, it infringes on our rights, you know what I'm saying, and it limits what we can do as law-abiding citizens and the people that can carry around or possess firearms. That's what it does, and that's my main goal on here, for you guys to see and understand that that it puts us at a disadvantage, which is infringement all the way around the board, however you want to put it. So I'm going to break down when the minimum when that minimum can be avoided, like specific legal defenses, or how it differs from just having ammo or a magazine, because those get treated differently under mass law. So, 1, firearm without a license, the big one. Under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 269, Section 10A, carrying or possessing a firearm, handgun, revolver, etc., outside your home or business without an LTC mandatory minimum 18 months House of Corrections. Can go up to 2.5 years or 2.5 years or more in state prison. This is the charge that triggers the strict mandatory time. So we are at the 5 minute and 20 second mark. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. I am bringing you these laws and this information out of the great state of Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I definitely invite you guys to comment. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you're a legal firearm owner, and the hurdles that you have gotten to, and let me know what you think, and chime in and let me know some of the things that you have been, you had questions about and stuff like that. Just let me know. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. Also, too, ammunition without an LTC or FID. This is very important, too, in the state of Massachusetts, because this is where certain things get tricky. You know what I'm saying? Under Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 269, Section 10H, possessing ammo without proper license, LTC, or FID card, no mandatory minimum jail time. Still a criminal charge, but penalties are lighter, fines, possibly jail or probation. My key point in this is you can get in trouble just for ammo alone. So don't think that just because you don't have the firearm or stuff like that, you don't have the whole firearm, that you can't get in trouble for it. You can. There's a story out of Brockton, Massachusetts. You know what I'm saying? When someone that was connected or getting ready to be connected, you know what I'm saying? This is the things that happen when when you're close to doing things that you need to be doing. So individual got caught with just one single bullet, got pulled over, and I'm not sure how that happened or what the story exactly is, but that doesn't really sound right. You know what I'm saying? If you look into the story, I'm not gonna even go into it all like that at this point. But yeah, ammo is a very important thing, because you can get charges, charges because you're supposed to be able to produce an FID card or a license to carry if you have or are in possession of ammo. So key point, you can get in trouble for just ammo alone, but it does not carry 18-month mandatory. 3, high capacity magazines, large capacity feeding devices. Massachusetts bans most high capacity mags unless they are pre-1994 or are properly licensed. Also, too, I wanted to clarify, I had a gentleman on here clarify that I forgot to say. I knew this information, but I forgot to put this in here. Even though you're grandfathered in with your high capacity mags, like your Glock stick mags, your governor made it so that you cannot carry them anymore. That was the big thing that I wanted to get at in my last video. You are able to possess, and I'm going to do another video on the language between possess and stuff like that and actually carry. So yeah, there's two different meanings and two different charges and stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to go into depth about that too. But yeah, so she banned you being able to carry your stick mags, your 30 mags, your 50 mags and stuff like that and so forth. You can possess them, meaning that you can carry them unloaded. That's just a stipulation that they put in this new law. Unloaded mag to and from the firing range. You know what I'm saying? So that's another infringement. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I go in here and I try to teach and learn these things to people. You know what I'm saying? We're at a disadvantage. Just like I say, we got criminals out there that don't care nothing about the gun laws or laws in general. So, they're walking around here with, stick mags, 30 plus, 50 and 100 round drums. And yet and still, one of the states that don't really have a gun violence type of issue, the governor and the law basically wants to infringe by making it harder for law-abiding citizens to defend themselves. Come on, think about it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't heard everything. There's nothing that I've heard that can justify you taking the right away from, law-abiding citizens that have the license to carry and that have a clean and good record, limiting them to 10 rounds. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. There's no scenario that's going to really make me think of anything wiser, because a person that usually has their license to carry and that has firearms and stuff like that, usually 9 times out of 10, they're not out here breaking the law. You know what I'm saying? They're not breaking the law, and they're also most of the time looking to protect and serve their community and their family and themselves. So, you know what I'm saying? Putting us at a disadvantage is not a good look. You know what I'm saying? It's really not a good look. I just have to bring that out on here. And too, guys, we are now at the 10-minute and 52-second mark of this video. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. I am bringing you this information so that you can know. Like I said, I am not an attorney. I'm not a lawyer. Please get with a lawyer or a licensed attorney to figure out what laws protect you and what laws don't protect you. Don't just take my advice for it. Do your own research. So let's get it. So back to the Massachusetts ban most high capacity mags unless they are pre-1994 or you're properly licensed. Usually charged under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 269, Section 10M. No 18-month mandatory minimum by itself, but penalties can increase depending on circumstances and prior record. Also, that's important. If you're caught with a firearm plus a large capacity mag plus no license, things stack up fast and get more serious. 4. Rifle or shotgun without a FID requires a firearm identification card, FID, instead of an LTC. No mandatory 18-month minimum. Still illegal, but treated less severely than handgun offenses. Situations where the 18-month minimum might not apply. These are narrow and fact specific. You were inside your home or place of business. The item legally wasn't considered a firearm under mass law. That's a hard one to prove. You know what I'm saying? Since they make basically even firearms that other states, they treat as normal, we can't have them here. Just like you are allowed to carry and possess Glocks, but the state of Massachusetts doesn't let, unless you're, a law enforcement, they don't bring any new items from Glock. Like you can't sell them. You can't actually, Glock can't actually sell in Massachusetts, but you can find a licensed firearms dealer that will sell you a Glock. So it's not illegal. A lot of people think and are misinformed. It is not illegal to possess or to carry a Glock lawfully in the state of Massachusetts. They just can't be sold here from the company Glock. So got that out the way. So yeah, the situations where the 18-month minimum might not apply, these are narrow and fact specific. You were inside your home or place of business. The item legally wasn't considered a firearm under mass law. The stop and search was unlawful, which is the Fourth Amendment issue. Very limited first-time offender provisions, rare and not guaranteed. So the big picture in all of this is handgun plus no license equals a mandatory 18 months. And like I was stating before, there's really nothing a judge or lawyer can do once you get convicted. That's just a mandatory. And he also cannot lower the sentence if he wanted to give you a lower sentence. That's one of the key points in why that law is so strict. And I'm bringing you information because you want to really think twice about carrying a firearm without a license. Now, on the other hand, if you feel that your life is in danger and stuff like that, that's a different story. I'm not going to get into that really, but I do understand the people out there that feel like I'd rather get caught with a firearm than be caught shot up. You know what I'm saying? I can understand your logic and your thinking of that, but also you do not want to put yourself in jeopardy. And I do not advise you to carry a firearm without a license. I do not advise that. Massachusetts law is structured to hit unlicensed handgun possession the hardest. Just like I was saying, too. So I can walk you through real world scenarios like having a gun in your car or traveling to a range, so you can see exactly where people get jammed up, because a lot of cases come down to small details. And also, too, YouTube family, we are at the 15-minute, 28-second mark. If you haven't already, please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. So this is where Massachusetts law trips a lot of people up. I'll walk you through real world scenarios so you can see how the 18-month minimum gets triggered or avoided. So scenario 1, gun in your car, no license. You have a handgun in your glove box or under the seat. You don't have a license to carry it. LTC, charged under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 269, Section 10A. Equals 18-month mandatory minimum applies. Why? A car is treated like being in public, not your home. Even if the gun is unloaded, locked, never used, you're still considered carrying or possessing. And like I said, I will get into the difference, the legal differences between carrying and possession, which is going to be an interesting one too, because if you're not up on terminology and stuff like that, you can get caught up in the jam. Scenario 2, gun inside your home, no license. Handgun in your house, no LTC, no license to carry. Still illegal under mass law, but no mandatory 18 minimum sentence. So that's a very, very good, interesting run right there. So scenario 2 basically is telling you you have a gun inside your home or your business without no license. The sentence is a little bit different. So basically, the handgun is in your house and you have no LTC, still illegal, but the under mass law, but no mandatory 18 months minimum, which is kind of a good look. You know what I'm saying, for people that get in the jam. But I don't blame you for protecting your house at the same time, or protecting your dwelling. And also, I do not advise being in possession or carrying a firearm without a valid license to carry out of the state of Massachusetts or anywhere that you need a license. Why? The mandatory sentence is mainly for carrying outside the home or business. So scenario 3, friend's gun in your bag. You don't own it, you're just holding it or transporting it. No LTC. Still charged the same under Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 269, Section 10A. 18 months mandatory. Key point: Massachusetts care about possession, control, not ownership. And I can tell you this right now, from seeing or hearing different stories, that is very much true. They don't really care who owns it. They're just looking to get you, in a position where you're in possession, or you have control, or you're carrying it. You know what I'm saying? To get a conviction. So don't think that you can sit here and do stuff for other people, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting this out there. You can carry firearms, or someone can toss you a firearm, or however you want to put it, and think that just because it doesn't belong to you, that you're not gonna get charged. If you get caught with it, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail. I just had to put that out there. So this is why I do not advise anyone, especially in the state of Massachusetts, to be carrying a firearm without proper licensing. I do not advise it. Scenario 4, going to the range without a license. You're transporting a gun. You think I'm going somewhere illegal. If you don't have an LTC, still triggers the 18-month minimum. There is no I was on my way to the range exception without a license. Ding dong. Just think about that for a second, man. I'm pretty sure there's been a slew of people that have thought that they can get away with it. But just imagine, you don't have a firearms license, but you're going to the range. First of all, if you're going to a range, and if these people are doing their job thoroughly like they're supposed to see your LTC before they even, before you even start talking, basically. So, I don't know about that one. That's really not a smart idea, guys. Going to the gun range without a fucking LTC, man. I don't know. I really don't know. So we are in 20 minutes into this video, 20 minutes and 3 seconds. There is no reason why you are still here rocking with Still's View, and I'm giving you all this great information, and you haven't liked, shared, subscribed, and even commented on these strict Massachusetts gun laws. I'm going to need you guys to speak up. You know what I'm saying? This is some serious stuff we talking about here. We at a day and age where a lot of more people are filling out applications, and they are interested into legally carrying and owning firearms, which is great, responsibly. So scenario 5, only ammo in your car, no license, no gun, just ammo. Charged under Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 269, Section 10H. No mandatory minimum, still illegal, just not the same level. Scenario 6, high capacity magazine only, no gun, just a large capacity mag. Charged under Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 269, Section 10M. No 18-month minimum, but if you're paired with an unlicensed gun, things get much worse. So, yeah, pick your poison. Scenario 7, you're a passenger, someone else has the gun. Uh-oh, here we go with this. you're a passenger, someone else has a gun. This is situations that get a lot of people in some stuff, and a lot of problems. So this is the reason, this is one reason too why I don't hang around criminals. I do not partake in criminal activity, especially with no firearms and passing around guns and guns this and guns that. You know what I'm saying? My license is strictly for myself. I'm not buying no ammo for anyone. I'm not buying no firearms. I'm not buying anything firearm, ammo, gun related for anyone that does not have a license to carry. Don't ask me. Don't ask me. I am not doing it. Someone has a gun in your car, and someone else has the gun. So gun is in the car, no, not physically on you. You still can be charged. Basically, that's where I'm going to come in and talk about possession. When I do the possession versus carrying video, so you can be in possession and not be carrying the firearm. So you can still be charged. You know it was there. You had access or control. Can still trigger 18 months minimum mandatory. So think about this, guy. So the gun's not on you, but you know the gun's there, and you know you're taking a risk. You know what I'm saying? I'm a civilian. I don't believe if someone is doing wrong and they're breaking the law, you know what I'm saying, you should own up and you should confess to that. There's no, we're all taking the charge, this and that. You know what I'm saying? I don't play by those rules. I do not hang around criminals. If you're a criminal, you own up to your criminal bullshit. You shouldn't be putting anyone else in the middle of it, especially if you consider yourself to be a friend of someone. You know what I'm saying? I don't live by those rules. So like I said, man, don't ask me to buy any ammo. I'm not buying no guns. I'm not doing none of that. So you got the wrong one. Scenario 8, illegal search, important. If police find the gun through an unlawful search, a lawyer may be able to suppress the evidence. Good lawyer may be able to, and you may be able to get it dismissed. You better hope that he can come up with something, because I'm telling you, man, Massachusetts, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, do not play around with that minimum mandatory 18 months being caught without a license to carry a firearm. You're going to jail for 18 months. A lawyer may be able to suppress the evidence. Case can fall apart. This is one of the main real defenses in the cases. So basically, guys, that I'm trying to get through your head, the reality in Massachusetts is strict because it treats unlicensed handgun possession as inherently dangerous. I'm going to say that again. Massachusetts is strict because it treats unlicensed handgun possession as inherently dangerous. The law is designed so intent doesn't matter, even if you're meant no harm. So basically, at the end of the day, they don't care about, if you weren't going to use this firearm or you were just carrying it around for your safety, man. They don't care. You don't have a license. You're doing 18 months, man. So you can come up with any excuse. People were after you. That's not going to fly. You know what I'm saying? These prosecutors are looking for a conviction, not an excuse. Bottom line, the 18-month mandatory minimum is fast and applies in everyday situation. Cars, bags, borrowing a gun. Most people get caught up, oh yeah, borrowing a gun. Like I said, man, don't just think that just because you don't own a gun and you're borrowing it, that you can say, oh, well, Jimmy Smith down the road let me handle his gun because I had some issues. You're going to jail. Most people get caught not doing anything violent, just not understanding how strict the law is. Also, too, I can break down how to legally transport a firearm in Massachusetts with the LTC so you don't accidentally cross a line. And ladies and gentlemen, we are at the 25 mark, 43 seconds. If you haven't already, there is no reasons why you haven't liked, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. We are going over strict Massachusetts gun laws in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So, here's how to stay within Massachusetts law when transporting a firearm. If you do have a valid license to carry an LTC, the details matter a lot here. The governing rule, transport storage is mainly covered by Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 140, Sections 131C. Also, too, I must say that these other states are really relaxed. I see a couple of other states starting to get a little bit more strict, but Massachusetts also does not play around with their storage laws, man. You have a firearm and it's not stored right and you get caught with it not stored right, charges. Charges can be brought up against you too, you know what I mean? So you have to be very careful in where you are leaving your firearms at and how they are stored, guys. That's part of being a responsible gun owner. So, in your vehicle with the LTC, handguns, what most people care about. You generally have two lawful options. Option one, under your direct control, the firearm is on you or within your immediate control. Example, holstered or on your person. Option two, secured in the vehicle, must be in a locked container or equipped with a tamper-resistant lock device. If it's just sitting in your glove box or center console unlocked, that can be a problem. Rifles and shotguns, even with the LTC, must be unloaded, must be in a locked case or secured with a lock. What gets people in most trouble, even with the license, leaving a firearm unlocked in a car, which is a no-no. I would say leaving a firearm overnight or any prolonged time is a no-no, you know what I'm saying? That's just what as long as you're following the rules of the storage, I guess you can do that, but I go by another certain rules. So, and I'll be talking about that at a later time. Having a loaded firearm, a rifle, shotgun in your vehicle, letting someone without a license access your firearm. Violations here can lead to criminal charges even if you have a license to carry. At home, under Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 140, Section 131L, firearms must be in a locked container or equipped with a tamper-resistant lock. Now, when you're in your home, you know what I'm saying? I have different gripes for that. I understand some of it, but some of it I'm really not for. You know what I'm saying? Right here it says firearms must be in a locked container or equipped with a tamper-resistant lock. When someone's breaking in the house, man, I gotta go in the fucking lockbox and get this thing ready to ready for action. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. This applies especially if anyone's under 18 could access it. Now that's where I understand too. If you're in a household and you do have people with mental disabilities and mental challenges and stuff like that, and people that are not of age, that's where I understand it a little bit more, and it's a little bit acceptable. You know what I'm saying? Going to the range with the LTC, you're good if you follow transport rules. Typically, firearm secured, lock case recommended. Ammo stored separately, not strictly required by statute, but smart practice. And I'm going to get into that too. So if you do have to keep your firearm for whatever reason, because you can't be in certain buildings in certain places in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts with your firearm, you know what I'm saying? You just can't be there. People can come in and just do whatever they want to, but don't carry your firearm so you can get shot the fuck up too. Just saying. So yeah, you're good if you follow transport rules typically. Firearm secure lock case recommended. Ammo stored separately. That's what I wanted to get at too. Like if you do have to leave your firearm in your car, please take the ammo out of it in case they do get to it, you know what I'm saying? So you're not making it easy for them. Ammo stored separately, not strictly required, but definitely a smart practice, because when you do that, if they do get your firearm, let's say for instance, if you hid your ammo well enough, they just got the firearm and they don't have any bullets for it. So go directly to and from your destination. Ammo rules with LTC or FID card. You can legally possess ammo, no requirement to lock it during transport, but keep it separate and organized to avoid confusion during the stop. Practical safe place setup. If you want to stay clearly within the law and avoid gray areas, gun unloaded in a locked hard case, ammo in a separate container, case placed in trunk or rear of vehicle. That setup keeps you far away from most legal issues. So basically, the big picture: having a license to carry protects you from 18-month mandatory minimum, but Massachusetts still has a strict storage and transport rules. Like I was saying, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts does not play around with storage and transport rules. They'll jam you up. Most legal trouble with licensed owners come from improper storage, not carrying. So we have made it. It is 31 minutes and 45 seconds into this video, which is another great informative video that I brought to you guys. I hope you guys got some meaningful content and that you guys understand your firearm laws in Massachusetts a little bit more better. I do this because I care about your well-being and I care about people that are lawful carrying. I just don't want you to think you can do anything that you want to because you have a license to carry. It doesn't work that way, because just as hard as you got it, is just as easier for them to take it away. And like I always said too, you're a target. So please like, share, subscribe, comment, hit that notification bell. Until then, I will be bringing you these videos all week long. Please stay tuned. Peace.